During World War II, rocket artillery technology became increasingly mature, and various types of rockets were widely used by the three military branches of the sea, land, and air. Compared with tube artillery, rocket artillery has a much simpler structure, making it easier to produce and manufacture. It is also easy to increase the caliber and propellant capacity. Similar to the later concept of missiles, some people at that time believed that rocket artillery would to a large extent replace tube artillery. At that time, the United States tried to combine rocket artillery with land vehicles to create mobile rocket artillery. The more common design involved placing the launcher externally on the vehicle, such as the structure of the Whiz tank, see the picture. However, the United States also attempted another design, which was to replace the tank's main gun with rocket artillery. This plan was implemented in 1943. The earliest modified tank was the T-76, which was modified from the M4A1 medium tank as the carrier. This tank was a large production version in the M4 series and was one of the main models of the U.S. Armored Forces during World War II. The T-76 did not make too many changes to the tank's chassis and turret. The designers removed the original 75mm cannon and coaxial machine gun from the turret and instead installed a rocket artillery. This was a 7.2-inch, 183mm, single-tube rocket artillery, firing a 28 kg T-37 rocket, which was actually an anti-submarine rocket used by the Navy and also by the Whiz tank. The artillery had a relatively short cylindrical barrel, with a breech mechanism at the rear, and the ammunition was manually loaded by the loader through the open breech. The gunner adjusted the angle and fired similar to operating a tank. The projectile used an electrical ignition, and the rocket could accelerate to a maximum of 50 meters per second after firing. Although the ammunition was powerful, with a warhead containing 15 kilograms of explosives, the maximum range of the projectile was only 300 meters, with a curved trajectory and poor accuracy, requiring the tank to get very close to launch an attack. It also lacked self-defense light weapons, so it was not accepted by the U.S. military. Following the T-76 was the improved version, T-76E1, see the picture, which used the new M4 tank model. The addition of a bulldozer blade made it also known as an engineering vehicle. The artillery barrel was lengthened, improving accuracy to a certain extent, but there was no significant improvement in range. Only one prototype of the T-76E1 was produced, and its performance in testing was similar to that of the T-76, so it was not accepted. The next product was the T-105 tank, which was also based on the M4A1. The biggest difference from the previous two versions was the different structure of the launcher, which used 4 longitudinal beams to form a launch guide rail with a square cross-section. The rear part was enclosed to prevent the rocket engine's exhaust from leaking, while increasing the pressure to increase the muzzle velocity of the ammunition. The test results of the T-105 tank are unclear, but it can be confirmed that it was also not accepted by the military. Although it had technical improvements, it was not much stronger than the T-76E1 and still lacked self-defense weapons. The combat capability of the rocket artillery did not show a significant improvement.